What's going on, guys? You're now tuned in to the Legacy Lab. I got a really good friend of mine. His name is Matt. We go way back. I want to say thank you for having me a part of your team. I really love the team effort and what you build here. It's really you, brother, and I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
And man, same thing. Thank you for having me on the podcast. I've been seeing you do your thing out there, and I've been tuning in on the Instagram podcast right there. So as soon as you said let's do a podcast here, I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. I knew you would be down, bro.
Yeah,
I knew you would be down.
Heck yeah.
But Matt, why AOE, brother?
Yeah, that's a common question that everybody asks me, right? Mm-hmm. Is why AOE, or what does AOE stand for, right? Yeah. Man, so when I take it back to my beginning days of barbering, is the word ambition always stuck out to me, where it's like ambition clothing or ambition barbershop or ambition minds is a clothing brand that I have, which was abbreviated AM, so ambitious minds or ambitious mentality.
Yeah.
I dabbled with different variations of it, right? And when it came to trying to figure out a name for the shop, I was like, what can I name the shop? And I wanted something that was like kind of catchy, but also something I can abbreviate. So that way I could do something like this, where the AOE on the hat, I could build merchandise. It's not just a long name. And so ambition over everything came about. So I was like AOE, and I was like, you know what? That's perfect. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with, right?
That's so cool.
Ambition was just a word that's always been stuck to me. I actually wanted to get the word ambition tatted on me, but I didn't. But that was the word ambition just always stuck with me.
Right.
That was like the origin of seeing myself grow as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Where the ambition, the drive, the ability to keep going.
And I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand, bro. Your ambition. I don't know if you remember, we used to work at Haircut Connections down the street. And the lights went out one day. The lights went out, and all the barbers were like, hey, it's a wrap for the day, right? And me including. And Matt called one of his buddies, and he's like, hey, man, can you bring your projector? I need lights up in here. And he kept cutting through the night, bro. Afternoon all the way through the night. And that really stuck with me, bro. It really stuck with me. And I always was like, damn, Matt opening up ambitious over everything was like, that was you, bro.
Yeah.
That was you, because I remember you just, lights are not going to stop me, bro.
Nope.
You just kept going, bro. I was like, honestly, I was like, I wouldn't mind being a part of that team, you know? Because you need a team of like-minded people that are hustlers, bro. That want more for themselves, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
So I've seen that firsthand, brother. I really did, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a cool story, because even myself, I had to jog my memory for that too. I was like, that's right, that did happen.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
And lights don't stop me. It's like you can go outside, you can cut hair, you could get your phone light.
Yeah.
Even I think it was after that, I was taking a course. On like advanced barbering skills, so that way I can go out and work on set, do commercials and photo shoots and all that, right? And they train you and teach you that if the lights were to cut out, how are you going to finish the haircut on a celebrity who needs to be on camera to be able to still cut their hair and finish their music video or their photo shoot or commercial, whatever they're doing, right?
So you took a class for that?
I took a class for that, yeah. It was an advanced barbering course.
That's insane.
And you got to be prepared for that stuff, because stuff like that happens where, Chach just mentioned the story of the lights cut out, and so what do? I'm not gonna stop my clients from coming in like, hey, the lights turned off, I gotta go. I was like, nah. I gotta keep it going, yeah.
Damn, that's badass. But I also want to touch on, you also do trading on the side, brother.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, on the trade side, we now have it's called the Build Academy. So within the Build Academy, we teach people how to trade the stock market. We could do crypto, forex, futures, options. Yeah. We teach all these different assets in the stock market, how to now, you already make money cutting hair. Now, where can you allocate that money? Once you already made it by working capital, right? And activities, now you got to get that money to go work for yourself, right? Go work for you so you can ease away a little bit, right?
So because a lot of barbers are money hoarders.
Yeah.
So they'll put it away and they'll think, okay, I got money because it's put away. But what is that money really doing for you? And that's what you're doing. Sorry to cut you off.
No. So that's what we do, right? We have our academy. My fiance is actually one of the traders and trainers and coaches for teaching people how to trade the stock market, and she has a community of women that she's taught to trade options. And there's even some of her students that left their 9-to-5 job and went full-time day trading.
Talk about a couple goals, man.
Yeah, so, you know, for if there's any ladies watching this, if you want to learn how to trade the stock market, leave your 9-to-5, or even do a part-time. She's had students who even went from full-time to part-time, so that way they can go ahead and take care of their kids or be a stay-at-home wife or whatever, you know, their wishes were. She was able to teach that, and she has success stories of not only for herself, but for other women that actually do that too. And it's all about creating value, right?
Right.
And getting your time back.
Yes.
So if you can leave a 9-to-5 and be able to be on your own time to make money at home,
yeah,
like, who doesn't want that, right?
100%. But a lot of people don't want to put in the effort for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me with sorry about that.
No,
me with like my clothing line.
Yeah.
But everybody wants a clothing line. Everybody wants a hat brand and everything. But they don't see the hours that you have to put in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all hours that are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all your off time. Literally all your off time.
Yeah.
But I really see that your off time, you're trading, you're going to classes, you're teaching classes, you're doing all this extra to keep it rolling, bro.
Yep, exactly.
You know, keep the ball rolling.
Yep, and when you look at it, right, is that when you look at life in whole, is you got to work to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
That's your 9-to-5. But if you find something that you can do outside of your 9-to-5 with your extra time that, one, you're going to enjoy, and two, you can make that turn that into a cash flowing activity, you can now end up replacing your 9-to-5 off of something you built from your 5 to 9. You know? And it's not going to feel like work. It's not going to feel like you're doing extra, right? Because if you really like what you're doing, you're going to be able to turn that into a skill, into a asset that's going to be able to produce you more aside from what you're already doing from your regular work job, right? So you got to shift. A lot of people got to shift the way that they see their extra time.
Right.
If they really want to be able to, like the name of the podcast is called Legacy Lab. If you want to really grow your legacy, that 9-to-5 isn't going to build your legacy. That 9-to-5 pays the bills. The legacy is built in the 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's where your legacy is really built. Because now you got to be able to create a skill set. You got to be able to create that extra income and apply that to be able to now go work for you.
Yes.
Like one of my mentors told me that your money is your soldiers.
Right.
So when you make your money, where are you sending your soldiers off to go and make you more money without you actually having to put that effort in to make it?
Wow.
So when you think about it, us as barbers, we're cutting hair. We're making our soldiers.
Right.
Right. We got to make them, but there's gonna come a time where we're gonna be older and not be able to make soldiers anymore.
Exactly.
Our soldiers are our family, our kids.
Right.
You know,
right.
We got to be able to grow our foundation with our family, right?
You got to grow that pack of wolves, guys.
Yep.
You got to build that lion den. You got to build that community of like savages, bro, to keep you going.
Yep. No, definitely. It's it's a lot of building, right?
Right.
But you gotta have fun with it too.
Yes.
You know, it's a job that you hate to go to.
Yeah.
For me, I don't hate to come to work.
100%. No,
right? I don't even see barbering as work, right?
Yes.
So it's like if this was actually like a job, like a 9-to-5, heck yeah, I would hate it. I've been an entrepreneur since 14 years old.
Right.
So it's like I worked retail at PacSun right here at the Citadel.
Oh, okay.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
That was my only W-2 job I ever had. After that, I already knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur full-time, barbering full-time.
Yeah.
And in that season of that transition for myself, I was working at PacSun. I was going to community college. I was going to barber college, and I was working in a barbershop all at the same time.
Damn.
I was doing everything. I was like, all right, which direction am I going to go?
Yeah.
Once I realized that I could make more cutting hair and actually take control of my income by the amount of haircuts that I do in my work ethic, because I knew my work ethic was a lot more than getting paid $6.25 at PacSun.
Well, that's kind of like it's controlling your hustle. Yep. You're only there from 9 to this, and the only money that you're gonna get is that hourly pay. And I mean, at the barbershop, bro, you really hustle. You could make a lot of money, man.
Build the empire.
Build the empire, yeah.
Like I used to tell the manager there, right? I would tell him, hey, is there more overtime? Like you got shipment boxes or there's a mess back there. Hey, you need me to come in extra hours? I'll stay extra hours. I don't need to take a lunch. Let me get a meal meal violation so I can get paid an extra hour. So I was always haggling them, telling them like, hey, let me work extra hours. And what I did was I took that work ethic that I had in a W-2 job and I applied that to my own business. to my own clientele. Because now, no one's going to tell me not to cut hair anymore.
Exactly.
Well, I was like, you know what? If I want to stay late, I'm going to stay late. And that's what I would do. The shop would close at 7.
Yes.
I'll still be there till like 9 o'clock. The door open.
Yep.
You know, let people come inside. Let them see the lights on.
And he still does it to this day. I'll get here. I mean, we like to start early, right?
Yeah.
I like to start early. Mind you, this guy cuts every 30 minutes, man. You know, barbers usually book their appointments every 45 minutes. This guy is every 30. I tried it the first week. I'm like, I'm exhausted, dog. I'm going to give me that extra 10 minutes to at least go grab a snack, bro. My boy Matt really gets to it, man. And yeah, this barbershop is incredible, bro. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the best barbershops that I've worked at, besides the one that we used to work at. I don't know if you remember that. It was one of the only barbershops that were like cracking, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, just the inside was awesome. Everything was awesome. But you build something here where even if your barbers don't have clients, you're still feeding them, bro. Mm-hmm. There's so many walk-ins. The vibe is dope. And, I mean, ambition's over everything, bro. What can I say? You know?
No, I appreciate it. And, you know, ultimately, that's what I wanted to build, right? I wanted to be able to build a business where it's not just somebody that a barber comes in to cut hair at.
Yeah.
It's a platform, right? So a barbershop is actually a platform for barbers that come in and build their brand. Yeah. Build up their clientele. You know, hand out your business cards, get creative. Right. Like sell products, make t-shirts, make hats, build your brand. Right. And, you know, build up your book of business, right? Yeah. Where there's a lot of barbershops out there where they don't want their barbers to build themselves up. Right. When it's like, I did the complete 360, right? I was like, I want my barbers to build themselves up. Yes. So that way they can be independent on their own, where I don't expect anybody to stay here forever, right? Yeah. But it's like, I want everybody to be able to take the opportunity of what they have on their hands here, of, you know, grind it out, build up your clientele, you know, do everything that you can to make a solid foundation for yourself. Yeah. And then transition that into something else on top of that, where you can open up a barbershop or, you know, how we talked about our soldiers, right? Yeah. You got to allocate your soldiers somewhere. Yeah. Whether it's real estate or opening up another business or whatever it may be, right? Yeah. It's just a foundation of barbers to come in here and to grow and take advantage of it.
That's one thing that stood out to me, because I know you called me for some t-shirts, right? So when I was designing your t-shirts and I was designing your hats, you were like, wow, this is for the barbers so they can make extra money. It wasn't even for him to make the extra money. He was like, I want my barbers to see more of a hustle so they could have a like-minded ideas. Yeah. You know, so when I did design the hat for you, I was like, damn, Matt's really on it, bro. So when I came and I brought the shirts and I kind of sat, I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind being a part of this. Yeah. You know? So I want to thank you for the opportunity. It's, definitely. It's like a second win to me. Like, yeah. But that's so crazy that you're kind of trying to teach the barbers to go out there and get it. Yeah. Aside from cutting hair. Exactly. And that's very rare in a shop owner. You know, shop owners are like mostly comfortable with where they're at because they're making most of the bread, right? Yep. But you, as a shop owner, you kind of show them that extra. Nobody's gonna show you that extra, bro. Yeah. Everybody's like, most people are just cool cutting hair. But you, as a shop owner, I see your vision, and it's beyond just cutting hair, bro. Yeah, that's why I respect it, and I was like, man, we don't even talk at the shop, bro. Like, we're so busy all day that we don't really get to chop it up, right? Yeah. So I was like, man,
I think this is the most we got to chop it up since you've been here.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It's probably been the longest conversation that we had, and it's I was like, wow, it's bound to happen, you know?
No, but yeah, definitely.
It's cool that we got it on the Legacy Lab, bro.
Yeah, heck yeah. And it's like, to touch on that topic where I want to teach the barbers to be able to make more money on top of the cutting hair, right? Where it's like, I'm not trying to sell the products here. Like, we got the product line right here. We got the beard kits, the beard brushes. But
mind you, he even let me put my products up here. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah. And it's like, I'm not trying to make all the money off of product sales or clothes sales, hat sales. Like, I want the barbers to be able to say, hey, I'm going to sell a product or a shirt or a hat because they're going to get compensated for it, right? Where it's like, hey, I'm going to just supply the supply. So that way they could make extra money because I know what it is I've been cutting hair for 17 years, so I know what it is to have to only rely on just cutting hair, right? If I could be able to supply the products, the clothing, the merch, everything, right? Or just tell the barbers that, hey, why don't you buy all the products from the supplier and you guys sell this stuff and make the extra income, right? I'm not trying to be here and, you know, penny pinch every single dollar I can out of here, right? Where it's like, hey, you guys got your booth rent, but here's other options where you can make money on top of cutting hair.
And I really respect that, bro.
Yeah.
It's something that I admire from you.
I appreciate it.
And it's something that I'm going to do when I open up my barbershop. I take a lot of those qualities and put it into my own shop. Matt, I really wanted to touch on something, bro, because when I came in, we talked a little bit, and I kind of noticed that you're also not drinking, bro.
Yeah.
You know? I've been not drinking for maybe a little over a year, and I think you said you're right around a year or maybe more?
Over 2 years already.
Okay. What do you think about that, bro? I like to really talk to my homies that still keep like drinking heavy, and I try to tell them, bro, if you want to get somewhere, it's a cheat code to success. How do you feel about it?
No, yeah, I feel that same exact way. And, you know, for me, it was when I had my kids, I was like, all right, I had all my fun already.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be that season in life where, you know, you go out and enjoy life. And I hit that peak already.
Right.
I was, you know what, I already experienced life. I need to hit that next level of life, but also be the foundation for my kids and my family as well. So when I started taking all that into account, I was like, you know what, I'm going to just stop drinking.
Yeah.
Because, one, my fiance, she was actually the first one that stopped.
Yeah.
Her last day was actually Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
And then I went on for a few more months. And then my last day was July 27th.
That's so weird because my girl doesn't drink either. And it was right around the same time.
Oh, wow.
So shout out to my girl.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, you're able to just, you know, zone in and focus in and get yourself to that next level, right?
Yeah.
You know, along with that, you know, I rededicated my life back to Jesus.
Right.
And that's really where my core foundation comes from. And being able to live out my way that God would live out his life.
Right.
And be able to get closer to that, right? Because I've been going to, you know, church a lot more and, you know, taking my kids to church. And, you know, I started that probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, being able to reground myself and to say, you know what, I lived my life the way that I wanted to for too long already.
Right.
I need to revert myself back.
Right.
You know, I went astray for too long and to say, you know what, it's that time, you know. And if I want to be able to live out the life that God has planned for me, I need to be able to let myself go and let God take control.
Wow, that's deep. That's super deep.
And that's ultimately where it all started, right? Where it's like you got to be able to come to like a moment in life where it's your, you know, your come to Jesus moment, right? Where you're like, dang, you know, how have I been living life, right? Like where do I want to go? What do I want to achieve, or what do I want to leave as a legacy?
Right.
It's the Legacy Lab, right? And being able to have that foundation of having your morals and your principles and being able to be grounded can get you a lot further places than where you can get yourself. So I give it all to God at the end of the day.
That's awesome. Because when we used to cut back in the day, bro, as barbers, our lifestyle was drinking all the time.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Every weekend we made a lot of money because back then there wasn't that many barbers.
Yeah.
Bro, we were pulling crazy money, man. And we'll blow it at bars, we'll blow it at clubs, we'll blow it everywhere, man. And it's crazy that now it's like full circle. Me and you are not drinking. And now that I'm not drinking, I have like a few friends that are not drinking. And I have friends that are still drinking, and I think like they have so much potential, bro. And if they could only see just a few months of not drinking and the potential that they could, how far they could take it, because a lot of my friends have so much potential, but they don't see themselves getting out of that every weekend drinking type. And I really like to talk to them, but I hate to be the homie to be like, you should really stop drinking, you know? I hate doing that, but I'll go to parties and then they'll sit there and talk to me. He's like, hey, Chachi, I really feel like stopping drinking. But they'll tell me with like a beer in their hand. And I'm just like, wow, I don't really believe you, man. I don't really believe you. But if they could see the growth that comes with not drinking, they would let it go in a heartbeat, bro. I just feel like sobriety is like a big cheat code, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to be sober. We're supposed to be thinking straight. We're supposed to have these ideas and we're supposed to act on them, you know? Because, I mean, goals without any actions, brother, are just wishes, bro. you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we talked about that. We've really sat down and we, like, you've worded it differently, but you've also heard that.
Yep. Yeah, it's like different ways of saying it, right? But it's all the same thing where you don't apply it, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that comes with that too is the shift or the change.
Right.
Where to be able to stop something, one, it takes a decision, but also sticking with that decision.
Right.
Making that decision and that commitment to yourself and to whoever else it might be affecting as well too. It could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be your business, or it could be in your workplace, right?
Exactly.
So when you try to go from A through Z, like 0 to 100 like that, it's hard, right?
Right.
But you got to actually kind of like mentally prepare yourself and get in that zone.
Right.
So there's a lot of effort that goes into it, but it's doable 100%.
Right.
And I believe that everybody's going to have their moment of where it's like, all right, I'm completely done now. People are gonna keep trying and keep trying. Yeah, they're gonna keep saying it, right? But they're planting that in their head already, where they're already wanting to stop, but they keep reverting back, right? It's a cycle.
Yeah.
Until they finally stop the cycle and they step out of their comfort zone and are willing to fight the battle that it takes to leave that cycle that they were living.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have to take something that's dramatic and drastic to be able to change someone's life, to be able to get out of the cycle that they're already living.
Right.
All right. Where I've seen it, I've been through it.
Right.
So getting out of that cycle, oh man, it's
tough, bro.
It's tough. Yeah.
And it's crazy you touch on something has to happen in order for you to stop.
Yep.
I don't know if you know, but I've had cancer, bro.
Yeah,
I had cancer. I went through 21 rounds of chemo, 2 surgeries, bro.
Oh, wow.
And when I decided to stop was when the chemo was over, bro. And I was celebrating that I was cancer-free, right? So I was celebrating this, bro, with my family and everything, and then I still went another week of drinking, and a week later, brother, those 3 beers felt like they just injected me with chemotherapy again.
Oh, shoot.
So I had that drowsiness, bro. I felt like that little seasick feeling after you get out of chemo, and I was like, bro, why the fuck am I still doing this? You know? I was like, are you not tired of your own shit? You know? So that's when I was like, I can't do this no more, man.
Yeah.
I really can't do it. And I hate that it has to happen. Something drastic has to happen.
Yep.
I hate that it has to be that way. But I just wish it wasn't. But sometimes it just has to be, man. And it is what it is. And it sucks that I had cancer, right? But I'm also thankful for it, bro.
Oh, yeah. And, the way I look at it, too, is that God knows what we need to happen, or what is going to happen to get us out of where we're currently sitting at.
Right.
We may not understand it. We may not know what's coming, but it's going to hit us like a pack of bricks.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, shoot. All right, this is
another pack of bricks.
And it's like, oh, this is the shift, right? This is okay. And that is your moment where you have to see it and be like, what is God telling me right now?
Right.
Right. What is this situation in my life? Where am I supposed to go after this?
Right.
Do I go back to the cycle that I'm used to living and just look at it as another unfortunate event that happened? Or do you learn from it, and do you get to the next phase?
Right.
Right. So that's where a lot of the shift happens there.
Right. Man, I got kind of lost in what you were saying, bro, but I went back to that place, bro. I went back to that place, and man, I just wish it didn't have to be that way, where something bad has to happen to you. From my perspective, bro, I just want to say people should really give it a shot if you want to take your life to the next level. I'm not going to be that homie to tell you stop drinking, but I am going to give you some advice. You will go to the next level in your life, whether it's relationship, whether it's your work, whether it's just your health. It will take you to the next level, and I am being that homie that's telling you should probably stop drinking.
Yeah. And like for myself, the way I look at it is I'll just pray for someone.
Right.
Because I may not control it, right? I could be the seed planter.
Yeah.
But ultimately God's going to be the one that's going to make the decision, right? Whereas, what? If I see someone that I care about struggling, it could be a friend, family, coworker, but so what? I'll pray for them.
Right.
And because I know God will be able to take them out of that place of where they're at. Or if I'm able to see something greater for somebody, I just pray on it.
Right.
And
how many times our moms prayed for us, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't see that. How many times our moms was like, he's out at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, how many times our moms were like, hey, take care of him. I know he's hard-headed, but please take care of him, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I have a lot of friends, bro, that didn't make it out of that drinking and like drug problems and everything. And really good people, bro. And they got lost in the drugs. They got addicted. They're out in the street and stuff like that. Yeah. Where their moms probably still pray for them. And they still wish they're better, you know? Mm-hmm. But I feel like that thing that you were talking about, that holy shit moment, didn't happen to them, bro. And they just keep going down that path, and they're okay with it. Like that bad thing that should have happened to them, but it didn't, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, like it could take you to another level if you really focus, you know.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, everybody has their path, you know. Right. And you know, it's unfortunate for those. You know, I have friends like that same way too. Yeah. You know, they're out in the street and homeless, right? You know, under a bridge somewhere, and you know, there'll be times where I'm driving on the street and I see a familiar face, and I'm like, oh, dang, you know. And you know, to go back to where you had your moment of when you stopped drinking, right? Yeah. For mine, it was actually I was at the Morgan Wallen concert, and I was training for the marathon. Right. And
he's ran the marathon twice.
Yeah, 4 times.
Four times. Shit. Okay, so you trained twice for a marathon. Yeah. The other ones I
just jumped straight into it. Yeah.
I run like 3 times a week, and I still haven't done a marathon, bro. So shout out to Matt, man. Shout out to
two LA marathons, 2 Long Beach marathons, and
what's my excuse, bro?
One of them, I just woke up Saturday morning. Yeah. I had told my fiance, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go, cause she was prepping for it all year. Yeah. And I told her, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go run the marathon with you, so I'm gonna just jump in. I was like, why am I gonna watch you from the sidelines when I could just run with you and cheer you on next to you, you know? And I just jumped into that one. That one was the Long Beach Marathon. But this one was my second marathon that I was training for. And I was at the Morgan Wallen concert. Right. I was drinking whiskey. Mm-hmm. And I started like getting heartburn, and I was like, I couldn't enjoy the concert because I just wasn't feeling good, right? And I was like, man, why am I even drinking this right now? Where I'm training for a marathon, I'm focusing on my health, I'm focusing on moving forward with my life, right? What is this doing to me right now? Right. This isn't giving me no added benefit to my life. Mm-hmm. This isn't helping me train. This isn't helping me get healthier. Right. This isn't giving me the energy that I'm gonna need for the next morning to go, do my runs to prep for the marathon. Right.
You're just doing nothing for you.
Doing nothing for you. Yep. So I was, you know what? I'm done. Right. I didn't even finish it. I just threw it away. Dude, that was the day I made the decision where I'm not gonna drink anymore. Right. And that's really what it took, was making a decision and sticking with your decision and really implanting it, knowing this isn't what I want for my life anymore, and that's it. That was the last day where I was like, all right, after this, I'm gonna just go.
Shout out to you, bro, for being that strong-minded and just nothing crazy really happened to you. You just said, I'm cutting it here, man.
That was that. And then my fiance, she was already not drinking. Right. So I called her. Mm-hmm.
She said, hey, I think I'm done.
I think I called her that night. I told her, and she was like, "What?" She's like, "No way." She's like, "Nah, you're joking." I was like, "Nah, for real. I'm gonna join the journey with you."
Hey, dude. If your spouse does it with you, there's nothing like that, bro. Yeah. Because now your weekends are like clear-minded. You wake up. You could go for a walk. I mean, you could go for a run. You could go for a hike. And you guys are both clear-minded. 100%. The arguments are gonna stop. Yeah. The bickering. My arguments are about laundry, bro. They're about laundry and cleaning my shit up because my girl's like real on it. Yeah. And I'm not that on it, But it really narrows down all the arguments, bro. It's really something that made us grow. Made us grow together, as a matter of fact, because we were both on the journey, and we kind of were like, damn, even the saving money aspect of it.
Oh yeah, it was a ton of money, right? So we go out to dinner, and now it's like the bill is like a third of what we used to pay before.
A third, dude.
Like a third. I'm like, dang! I was like, this is how cheap it is to go out to eat.
So we could go out every night.
Heck yeah. Where it's like before, dinners would be $300-400. Yeah. But now it's like dinners are like $80, and we're like, heck, let's go.
Let's go.
Where we going next? You know, we just get club sodas.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just the club sodas, and that's all we drink whenever we go out to dinner.
You know, me and my girl will get like a michelada mix, right? And we'll dump like a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
And we ended up calling them micheladas.
Micheladas.
He was like, hey, baby, you want to have like a michelada? Or I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we'll do those too. We'll do the micheladas too, you know?
Yeah. We created that, the micheladas. Yeah. Michelada mix coming soon, my man.
I'm going to start using that one right there, yeah. The micheladas right there.
But Matt, is there anything you want to touch on? Anything you want to maybe talk to like the young barbers or anything like that? Or any entrepreneurs, not just barbers, any advice that you want to give?
Man, there's so much advice that I can give to like a young entrepreneur, right? Right. Because I'm going to speak to entrepreneurs in general, just because barbers are entrepreneurs. 100%. I started off as an entrepreneur and ended up a barber. Yep. You know, like I started off 14 years old cutting, mowing grass. Right. That was the first thing I started doing, and then started cutting hair, and I stuck with that. But, you know, as a young entrepreneur, learn a skill. Learn a skill and a trade that's going to be able to pay you anywhere you go. It could be barbering, right? You could take that anywhere. It could be electrician. It could be taking it the next step to learning how to trade the stock market, learning the assets like Forex, futures, crypto, learning these different ways that you can make money. Learning nowadays is the digital community now, right? Learn how to start a podcast like this. Right. Learn how to be able to speak on camera, learn and be able to develop yourself and read books. Right. Read the books, read the self-development books, because self-development is really what's going to get you to the next level on top of the skill set that you learn. Because self-development, you got to be able to have conversations with people. 100%. You got to be able to communicate with people as well. Yep. You got to learn the art of communication. You got to learn how to be able to identify the needs of another human being. Right. And for an example, for myself in barbering, I was just talking to the guys about this, I think last week. Learn what a human being needs. Right. In a service-based business, you got to be able to feed their emotions, make them feel good, look good. You got to be their hype person. Exactly. Right? So you got to be able to kind of like touch the soul of the person that you're speaking to or providing the service to.
Do a little listening also.
Yep. Yeah, listening. Yeah. Right? Because when you listen, you can actually give the service a lot better because now you're listening to what they want. People just want to be heard. You know,
a lot of people get more out of listening to the person that's talking on the chair than actually talking to them. Yeah. I've had somebody just go on, and at the end of I only said maybe like a few words, and he just like, thank you, man. But yeah, you're 100%, Matt. Yep,
they just want to, you know, clients just want to be heard. They just want to talk. Exactly. I have a client that he comes in and he tells me, he's like, this is my therapy session. Yeah. There's even times where we wouldn't even talk, and it's just a couple things, and he just enjoys sitting in the chair, getting a haircut, and he's like, this is my getaway. Right. He's like, I feel so good every time I come here. Like, he don't even care about the haircut. He's like, he looks at the mirror real quick, he's like, oh, it looks good. Right. But that's his therapy session. People just want to get out of their normal. Right, and say, hey, I'm gonna go get a haircut.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is a dope barbershop, man. You get that man feel when you get in here, and also all the people in here are awesome too, bro. Yeah, like they're all characters. So when I came in, I was like, I'm not gonna be the character. I'm gonna add on to the characters, which I was like, awesome, because I love playing my part. I love staying in my lane. Yeah. I don't have to go to anybody's lane. If I could just be a part of it and play my part. I'm happy with it. Yep.
Yeah, you're definitely adding extra value, you know, and that's ultimately what I look for as well too when I bring on more barbers. Right. Right. How can a barber add value? Because this is a shop of growth and not a shop of pulling back or getting stagnant. Right. 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 How can somebody add value? So being able to add value in a way of the way they provide the service or the skill set, or like, you know, you have the clothing brand. Right. Something where you're going to help other people grow and everybody's going to feel the energy like, oh, yeah, I enjoy working with this person, right? And with that culture, it's able to build up more people altogether. Because if people start kind of declining, everybody feels it too. Exactly. They feel the comfortability. They feel the, you know, the lack of effort. Right. So if you get people that are hungry, you get a solid team of wolves, right?
Exactly.
You all hunt together.
Yeah. Man. So yeah, Matt, with that being said, brother, I do a little bit of trading myself, and I look forward to growing in that aspect and learning a lot more from you. I know we're like-minded. We think outside the box, brother. And that's also what brought me to this shop.
No, yeah, definitely. And, once you told me that, I was like, oh, heck yeah, let's go, because being able to now work with another barber that's like, hey, I'm learning how to trade and all that stuff, right?
Right.
It shows that your hunger. It shows your hunger, your drive. You want to do more. You want to do more than just be behind the chair and cut hair, right? Where a lot of, like we talked about earlier, a lot of barbers just stay cutting hair, right? So, I give that to you because you got the podcast going. I see your clothing brand. You're learning how to trade. And it's like, that's what entrepreneurship is about.
Right.
That's what about to keep on growing and to keep building, right? Mm-hmm. So being able to, hear that from you, see you doing your thing, it's like, man, and then once you hit me up and say you want to come to the show, I was like, let's go. So hey, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to have you here. Like you mentioned earlier, we go way back. Yeah. It's over 10 years because I'm going on 10 years here and before here. So, it's an honor to be able to have you in here. And, I see you, the way you service your clients, the way you cut hair, and you're on it and you're still willing to grow on top of that as well. Right. Not every barber or person is able to do that, where especially in the barber industry, barbers get stuck in a cycle of cut hair, make their money, and go out, enjoy life, and then do it again the next day to try to make back what they spent the night before. Right. We already did that.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah. So 10 times over, man.
For too long. So now it's like, all right, now we're evolving and we're growing. So with that, I want to give you, your props because you deserve that. You deserve to be able to get to the next level because I've seen you grind it out. Right. I see what you're building and creating now. So, I'm excited to see what the future holds for you because I know there's a lot more coming. This is just the beginning. So I'm excited to see that and I'm excited to be a part of that journey.
I really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Like for real.
No, I appreciate
definitely. That.
And that's why we call this the Legacy Lab. Because here, we're not just barbers, we're entrepreneurs with heart, with grit, with ambition, and we want to be able to not only just talk to each other about how we're going to build our legacy and how we're going to get out of the service-based business, but how we're going to get out there and also educate and teach other people as well, too. And back to the foundation of the shop, that's why I created the shop, is because I wanted this to be a foundation for other people to come in here, build community, build up their businesses, but also get educated on what and how they can take business to the next level. So Chachi, thank you again for having me on here. I appreciate you, brother.
Yep. And there you have it. Me and Matt, we chopped it up pretty cool. If you guys could do me a big favor and like and subscribe, you guys, man, I'll appreciate it, man. But this is a wrap.